I had high hopes for Cayden to be able to attend preschool this year, but the first day of school was on Wednesday. Today is Friday, and I could not even get him out the door. He was freaking out. I ended up going up there maybe about an hour and a half after school had started to see if I could sit in the classroom with him and kind of let him know that it was okay and slink out of there. And he was having none of it. And while I was sitting there too, I was able to kind of observe the teacher and the teacher's assistant, and I was not feeling the vibe at all. There was another little boy in the classroom that was crying his head off at his mom, and they had him sit over in the corner by himself. And I heard his teacher say to him, "Do you think that that's you crying is helping at all?" I didn't see them get on his level, try to comfort him or anything. She had them sitting in circle time while the classrooms around her were letting their students play in the play areas. And I thought that was a smarter idea, especially because it's, the first day of school. A lot of the kids, this is preschool, so this is the first time they're doing this. And then there was another little black girl in the classroom that was playing blocks, and the assistant in the classroom kind of pulled her back and sat her down at the table by herself, and I just did not have a good vibe at all. So I decided to, and plus Cayden wouldn't stay. He was like, "They're strangers. I don't want to stay with a bunch of strangers." So I had a feeling that it was going to be difficult for him. So I kind of was prepared, but I had high hopes that he would enjoy it. So homeschool is going to be for him. My husband was like, "No, it don't make sense to send him if he is freaking out like that." And, I agree. Like I said, I had high hopes that he would enjoy it, but I kind of knew that, there was going to be some anxiety for doing something that he had not done before. And I know that, everyone says, well, let them go. They're just going to cry for a little while and they'll get used to it. I have more reasons for him to do homeschool than I have for him to actually go to school. I wanted him to get the social aspect of it, the structure of it. But on the other hand, with all that's going on in this world right now, I was not that excited about him going. We got monkeypox going on right now. The kids already get sick in that daycare atmosphere, which is not appealing. I don't do vaccines for Cayden. So that was kind of nerve-wracking as well to see how that would work out. But that coupled with the teachers that were in his classroom that I didn't really care for, just kind of sealed the deal for me. I think it would be more difficult if I wasn't working from home already. I understand that parents out there don't have the luxury of being able to do homeschool because they have to go outside the home for work. But because I'm already working from home and this is something that I have been doing since the pandemic started, it's not difficult for me to just keep him home. Preschool is not a requirement. I'm just gonna have to structure so that he can have a dedicated learning space, and I'll just have to, try to get him into a routine and a schedule. I know with homeschool, they really only need 4 hours. I'm gonna have to transition him from, play mode to more learning mode. And when I get down on his level, he doesn't have any trouble with trying to learn different things, but he does like his video games. He does like a lot of shows that come on YouTube that aren't really educational geared. So I'll have to transition him from that, because when he was much younger, he loved Little Baby Bum, some of the other little shows that taught him alphabets and numbers and letters and in sing-song form. I'll have to veer him back into that and make it fun for him. He gave me so many reasons why school was not going to be a good idea. He was like, "Mommy, these are strangers. Strangers are dangerous. I don't want to be with strangers all day." He's never been around people that are non-black, so I think that was strange to him as well. And I'm not really a fan of having non-black teachers because I feel like they're more relatable as far as mothering, and they just know how to handle our children in a different way, I believe, than the Karens of the world. And it was also his teacher's first year at that school, and I could just tell that she is more stern and strict to learning and not play. So I think her kids were a little more like standoffish and like, what are we doing here, than the other classrooms around. They were letting them play in their different play areas in the classroom. And I worked in early education. I worked in the daycare setting. It was much easier for us to do play activities with them first than to get them to sit still in one place, especially on the first day of school. So, I mean, I think her approach just wouldn't have been a good fit. And if she let the other little boy cry for his mom as long as he was crying for her without ever, like, getting down to his eye level and kind of like talking to him and coaxing him and making him feel, okay to trust her, I probably wouldn't have felt so bad about leaving Cayden in that atmosphere if he had been like tearful for me to walk out the door. But when I saw that couple with him, crying at the mere mention of me leaving him, I also think that the direction that we are going in right now with us like literally living in the last days, there is really too much going on in this earth for me to be 100% comfortable with my baby in the care of someone else. But to put that kind of trust in the hands of someone else with all that's going on, like I said, with COVID, now monkeypox, with all these school shootings and things like that, there are several reasons that school atmosphere is not appealing. So it is what it is. I tried, and at least I tried, because to try to send him and force him to stay when he's clearly, upset and shaken by it, it rubbed me the wrong way. And I'm just like, we'll just continue doing what we have been doing. As much as I would want to get a mommy break, it's not that deep. Not deep enough for me to put him in that situation with all that's going on. Like back in the day, you kind of sent your kid and kind of made them do it. But to be honest with you, when my boys were that age, I worked in the daycare system with them. So I've never just dropped them off at a daycare in that environment and they had never been there. They had always been with me. And with them being with me in the beginning, it made it easier to go when I was not working in that atmosphere anymore. So couldn't do it. That's how that worked out. And Cayden will be home with me. And that's going to just be what it is. I'm going to have to make some connections and get some advice and, find tools from everywhere that I can on, parents that are successful with working a full-time job, mind you, and doing homeschool at the same time with just one child. So that's what it's going to be, you guys. I just wanted to get on because I did a video the other day about, him going to school and where my mind was then. And I was quickly assured that that wasn't going to be a good fit for Cayden. Plus, I know him. He is the kind of kid that will literally cry all day until I come and get him. He used to do that with my mom. If he would do that with my mom, someone he's been around since birth, he definitely would do that with strangers. And I can tell you right now that I'm not going to have nobody treating my baby any kind of way. And then the way that the teachers reacted with the other two children, with me sitting there, I can only imagine what it would be like if no one was watching. And I was just like, no. It kind of, sealed the deal for me. And I did not want to be selfish and be thinking, okay, I'm a mom that works from home. I need a break. I want to send my kid just so I can get a break. And then have something happen like a COVID breakout or a monkeypox breakout. Because let's face it, kids get sick when they go to school. It's just a given. It happens. And to know that I would send him and have, something like that happen when I could have kept him at home, I would have just felt so guilty. So we nixed that idea. Thanks so much for watching. If you are homeschooling and you have a 4-year-old and an only child at that, what are some of the tips that you may have for me? What are you doing? What is working for you to kind of have the ability to be able to work your full-time job as well as provide the attention, structured preschooler on how to thrive with homeschool. If you have any questions for me, please feel free to leave it in the comment section down below and let me know if what your experience has been or what your thoughts are if you're coming into this for the first time, and share it with me. Let's talk in the comment section, you guys. Thanks so much for watching and be blessed. Talk to me.